Oral health is a very important thing, and it is a part of the human health journey that often does get overlooked. I think, in recent times, the only time people talk about oral health is when it comes to Zins. And one thing that pisses me off, I've done Zins before. I don't do them. They make me depressed. They make me want to die. So I don't do Zins. But the thing about Zins that always pissed me off, especially when people would talk about them, is they'd be like, "No, don't do Zins. You're gonna get mouth cancer. You're gonna get cancer up the mouth." That's not the concern with Zins. If your concern about Zins is the cancer, buddy, you're fine. My concern is that my gum lines are going to recede to the point that I have foot-long teeth. And I don't want foot-long teeth. So that's my concern with Zins. But I don't really do them, so, it doesn't concern me. I don't know. This is stupid. Obviously, I'm not worried about my gums receding from Zins if I'm not doing Zins. Let's get that out of the way. All right? Some people like Zins. Some people really enjoy Zins, and it's their thing, and that's good. That's fine, good for them. But I'm always curious how that is. Because, whenever I would use Zins, particularly if it was for, a couple days in a row, I probably, the longest I ever did Zins for was, a week at a time. Usually I would then kind of take breaks. But even after 2 days of using Zins, by the third day I wake up, and it wasn't just the headache or that my head hurts and that I needed the nicotine. It was that even when I had a pouch in, I was depressed. It made me sad. It made me a sad human being. There is something satisfying about putting the pouch in, and kind of having that habit. There is something really nice, and there's something habitual about it, but there's something comforting about a lip pillow. It's called a lip pillow. It's comforting. It's beautiful. And you stick it over in there. There was something satisfying. There was something satisfying about that. That gave you a little bit of comfort. It gives you something to look forward to throughout the day. Every couple of hours, pop in the Zin. Every hour, pop in the Zin, really wherever you're at. But again, it made me depressed, and I'm glad I don't touch them anymore. I went to the dentist this morning. This is really what the video is about. But sometimes I get frustrated in these where I kind of get off topic, but there is no topic. There's no big topic at hand. I've mentioned before that the big topic at hand is that I hate billionaires, but that's not really going to come up in this episode. And her way was had with me. I got torn up. I've been to the dentist before. I've been to the dentist usually twice a year. There was a couple years in college when I didn't go, but I go to the dentist twice a year, and obviously you bleed. Obviously they take the claw and they rip at your teeth to take all of the stuff that's not supposed to be there out. And usually I bleed. Usually it hurts a little bit, but today it was something different. It was an older woman, a much older woman, a woman probably in her 60s, and she was very nice, very sweet. I enjoyed conversing with her. But when it came time to go to town, when it came time for her to start clawing at my teeth, it's honestly a little triggering to think about. That's why, hence the pause. But it was the most pain I've ever been in before. First of all, I have a little crack on the side of my mouth from it's getting colder here. It's colder in Ohio. My body is dry. And so, I don't use lipstick. So anyway, my mouth immediately starts bleeding when I open it up because of the crack in my mouth. And she is like, "Oh, I can get you Vaseline. Do you want this or that?" And it didn't hurt that much for me. And also I had work to get to after this. I was like, don't waste your time searching around the office for Vaseline. I don't need that. I'm fine. But I thought that because she was concerned with this bleeding, that she would not be gentle, but at least be cognizant. But I'm not sure, first of all, how often the teeth were even cleaned. It felt like more often than not, it was just straight gum action. But it hurt, man. It hurt. I was in so much pain. I was squeezing my hands together. I would hold my hands really tight just to not get a reaction in my face. And I brush my teeth twice a day. I floss like the front part of my mouth every day. I get to the backs once or twice a week. And that's how I've always been. And I've always bled at the dentist, but it hasn't been too much pain. But today it was something ridiculous where she just, she's past her prime. First of all, as a dentist, she's just past her prime. Her hands don't got it anymore. She did the thing where she was talking to me as she was poking around, which other people have talked about how annoying that can be. But what really frustrated me is that there was a moment that I noticed, and maybe this was happening all throughout, but as she was I was complaining about this to my boss, and he was like, she had a dang pickaxe. She was, I forget exactly what he said, but he mentioned a pickaxe. And I don't know, pickaxe Minecraft. Like, I can't think of a pickaxe without thinking about Minecraft, but this dude, my boss is 60, so he doesn't know about Minecraft, so I don't know how he figured out what a pickaxe is, because he hasn't used one. But I guess people know what things are. People know what birch trees are without Minecraft. We're everywhere today. But at one point, she is scraping my gum in the back right of my mouth, and she is looking across the hallway at something else. She is actively pickaxing me while looking across the hallway at something else. Can we focus for 20 minutes? Has the brain rot gotten to the old people that even this older lady can't even focus on my face for 20 minutes? First of all, most people would kill for 20 minutes in a room with me. You have no idea. This lady has no idea. She doesn't know what people on the internet would do to be in the same room as me. They would kill family members. But she doesn't appreciate that, and that's fine. I'm not egotistical. I just have a big ego. And so that part's fine. But you have a very sharp item, and you are in my mouth, and you're not looking. You're not looking. You're looking across the hallway. And by the way, across the hallway is where the x-ray room was. So I don't know what exactly she was looking at. She was probably daydreaming about her first husband. And I will say that this video, what I don't love about this video is that I am starting to sound negative towards this woman who is lovely, and I have nothing but nice things to say about her except for all the negative things I've already said about her. But she was really sweet. I was in and out of there in like less than an hour, which was awesome. But I went through a lot. It was painful. But teeth look good. I feel clean. I feel healthy. I feel very healthy every time I leave the dentist office. Although I was thinking on the drive home that I need to talk to my parents about how do I schedule like a doctor's appointment. Because I'm perfectly healthy, but I haven't I haven't had like a doctor's appointment since high school. And what if I have something? Like, what if there's something dormant? I just want to get plugged into a doctor who can check up on me once a year and tell me, if I'm dying. Anyway,